Namaste everyone, welcome to your practice. This is Steven from YogaWorks, and in today's class we're going to be keeping it moving. When we decide on our general direction in life or towards a yoga pose, it doesn't really matter what, then it's important to have a direction, a destination that we are moving towards. What we don't often know, however, is how long it will take to get there, or which exact path or journey we are going to travel to get there. So we don't need to plan every step of the journey. We just need to plan the next step and then take the next step and take the next step. And to practice that on our yoga mat, I have designed a sequence. It's sometimes called a ladder flow. We'll be taking one little step at a time to build up from a very short sequence, which will repeat. And then every time we're going to be adding another pose or a couple of poses at the end, and then flow through the whole sequence, so that suddenly by the end you have built up quite a long, even complicated sequence that you will be able to flow through with ease, because we have taken our time to add little steps at a time, and because we're going to repeat that process enough times so that it becomes stored in your muscle memory, you could say. Now, for today's class, it's going to be a continuously moving practice. So we're going to be tuning into the breath. The alignment's a little bit less important than the sense of flow and being one with your body and with your breath. So to tune into that, we're just going to start with a brief breathing exercise. Come to a comfortable seat, however you like to sit. Have a nice upright position in the upper body, but without being rigid or tight. And then close the eyes for a moment. And then just take a few moments to feel the flow of the breath. The breath is always moving. Most of the time we're not aware of it. But it's good to rest our attention on that flow to start this practice, because it's going to really help us to stay tuned and focused during the whole practice. And then can you feel that the breath moves down as you inhale, all the way not just to the chest, but even to the lower part of the rib cage and down into the belly. And imagine the breath flowing up and out as you exhale. Just do a few breaths like this. Inhale down. Exhale up. Visualize the flow of the breath in your mind. Inhale all the way down into the hips, into the belly. Exhale all the way up through the crown of the head, just imagine. So there's a movement to the bottom and to the top. But as we're three-dimensional beings, there's also movement sideways. So for the next few rounds of breath, feel that sideways openness in the rib cage and in the waist. So on the inhale, you get a little bit wider, a little bit broader. And on the exhales, everything contracts and comes together. It's quite a subtle movement. A few times to breathe into your side body. Feel the contraction and expansion sideways. And then for the next few breaths, feel the breath moving forward and back. So it goes into the chest and the belly, they go forward, but also into the back body. The lower back fills up a bit. The curves in the spine are straightened ever so slightly on the inhale. And they accentuated on the exhale, a little bit like an accordion, you could say. So feel that movement forward and back. And we put those three dimensions together, we get three-dimensional breathing. So experience this for a moment, top to bottom, side to side, front to back. If you have an intention for this practice, this is a good time to set it. Maybe you're just going to stay with the step that we're taking at that moment. Maybe you're going to enjoy building up a new skill, a new sequence in your practice. Maybe you'll stay focused on the breath. Maybe you won't push so hard today. Whatever your intention is, set that for yourself. And then come to standing on your mat. Feet hip distance, spine tall, and then lift your arms. Hold your left wrist with your right hand and take the left arm over the head into a side bend. Couple of breaths here. The first time we do a new pose, we're going to be holding it for a little bit. And then in the next time we meet it, we're going to be flowing through it a little bit more continuously. And then lift back up. Hold the right wrist with the left hand, take it into side bend, over to the side. You don't need to go super far, just until you feel a good length in the side body. Ground down through both feet, especially the one you're leaning away from. And then release, reach both hands up. This time come up onto your tippy toes, lift the heels as high as you can. And then you can bring hands to heart if you like. It's going to be easier to balance. Start to bend your knees a bit, but stay on the toes, on the balls of the feet. And bend your knees a bit more. So now we're about halfway down. And then bend your knees a little bit more. Experience that control. And then lower the knees for a moment. Come up onto your knees. Bend your elbows, cactus arms. And then lift the chest, just like camel pose. Don't need to go too far, we'll be repeating this. You might find you get a little bit more space as we flow through this later. It's okay. From here, we'll move into squat. You can move the feet a little bit wider and sink the hips down, but lift the chest up at the same time. Take a moment here. And then round your back and really slowly start to roll up. So you're pushing your feet down and the spine rolls up to standing. So that's a simple little sequence, a vinyasa we call it, which will flow through in between every time we get back to the top of the mat. Let's stitch all of that together. One pose, one breath. Lift the arms up. Take the left wrist in your right hand, side bend, exhale. Inhale to center, swap hands. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, reach up, lift the toes, not the toes, the heels. And then bend your knees, go slowly into that squat. Lower your knees down, lift the chest up, open the elbows, cactus arms, lift the heart, lean back. Maybe the chin lifts, you might even look behind you if your neck is okay with that. And then from here, maybe feet a little bit wider. Squat, you can try without hands, or if you need your hands, then by all means. And then round your back. We're going to be rounding up one more time, and then we'll flow into our little sequence. We're going to turn to the front of the mat. Same thing, inhale, lift. Hold the left wrist, take it over, side bend. Inhale, center. Exhale, second side. Inhale up, lift the heels, balance on your toes. Maybe hands to heart for balance. Bend your knees, there's no rush. It's not because we keep moving that we have to rush through anything. Lower the knees, sit all the way up onto the knees, bend your elbows, lift the chest. And then from here, I like to move the feet slightly wider, so I'm ready for the squat. And then round your back and smoothly roll up. We'll start to add a couple more poses. Standing at the top of the mat, lift your right knee up. Hands can be wherever you want, to the heart, on the hips, or just hanging out by your side. We're contracting the front of the right hip, the hip flexor muscles. Feel that for a moment. And then hands to heart. I'm starting to reach forward and kick that right heel back. Try not to lift the right hip too high. Keep it rolled down so it stays in line with the left hip. Lengthen the chest forward. Press your right heel back behind you. This is hard. You can always bend the left knee a little bit. It's going to help with your balance. And also the left hamstring is a little bit restricted. It will help you to keep good alignment in the pose. And then slowly hinge back up. Lift the right knee one more time. Oops. And set the foot down. Second side, left knee lifted up. Hold for a moment. Hips are level as best as you can. You can check with your hands. Chest is lifted. Left hip flexors are active. Experience this for a moment. Tall mountain pose, except we're on one leg with that left knee up. And then we'll hinge into warrior 3. Hands to heart is always a good one. Or you can reach hands back, whatever you like. Maybe a little bend in the right knee, no problem. Don't lift the left hip too high. Keep the hips level and straighten the top leg. Maybe straighten the bottom leg, but that's less important. Start with the top leg. Lengthening forward and back, it's a strong standing pose. Good balancing work. We're lifting back to center. Lift the left knee and place the left foot down. Well done. Little vinyasa, same thing. Lift the arms. Take the left arm, side bend, exhale. Inhale, swap hands. Exhale. Inhale, lift the heels. Maybe hands to heart, start to bend. There's another option here to let the knees go forward and the chest back. It's called a sissy squat. I have no idea why. And then from here, our camel pose variation with the back bend. Open the chest, pull the elbows back. And then straighten the spine. Squat. Use your hands if you need to. And then rolling up. Back to mountain pose. Ready for the next round. Lift the right knee. First thing is the same. Always start with the same, then we'll add poses. Exhale, warrior 3. Right leg back. Hands wherever you like them. Now bend the standing knee, the left knee. Go lower, lower, lower with the chest. Lean enough forward so that that right leg doesn't crash down. Step it back really lightly. Lower the right knee to your mat. Open cactus arms again. This time in a low lunge. Slide the hips forward. Lift the heart up. Maybe look up with the gaze. The first time we do a new pose, we're holding it for a little bit longer. Next time we're going to be flowing through it. Nice. From here, start to pull the hips back and straighten that left leg a little bit more. Reach the hands back as your heart goes forward. So it's a half splits pose, but without using the hands. Doesn't matter if that left knee is all the way straight or still has a little bend in it. Don't worry. And then from here, you can use your hands. Step forward, roll up to standing. Good. Next side, lift the left knee. Hinge from your hips so the chest goes forward as the left leg kicks back. Warrior 3. Start to bend the right knee more. More, keep your weight forward. More, softest landing with the left foot. Left knee down. Lift the chest. Bend your elbows. The heart lifts as the legs are grounding down and squeezing together. Couple of breaths here. Feel the space in the whole front body, the heart, the rib cage in front, the belly, and the front of that left hip. From here, start to move the hips back. Straighten that right leg to the best of your ability. Pull the right hip back and lengthen your chest forward. I like to stretch the hands back to get that extra length in the spine. Couple of breaths here. We're getting to right hamstring. It's a bit of balancing work as well. All your lower body muscles and the core will need to be switched on. And from here, come back onto the right foot, step the left foot forward, and fold. Take a breath. Start to roll up slowly. Ready for a little in-between vinyasa. Lift the arms. Left arm side bend to the right. Inhale up. Right arm side bend to the left. Inhale up. Lift the heels, hands to heart. Slowly lower down, maybe with the sissy squat, or just your hips to your heels. And then from here, camel pose, lift the heart, lean back. Back to neutral spine, open the feet a little bit. Squat, maybe no hands, see how it goes. Rolling up, take your time. Right knee lift. Exhale, warrior three. Bend the left knee, softly land at the back. Touch the right knee down, arch your back, cactus arms, pull the elbows back. This time we're moving on straight away. Lift the left toes, pull that left hip back, lean the chest forward. And from here, maybe without hands if you can, come into high lunge, lift that back knee. From here, the right arm is going to go forward, the left arm is going to go back. So we're twisting the opposite direction as we would for the open hip poses like warrior two. And then with your left hand, see if you can find your back thigh and maybe hold it to the outside. Lift the right arm. If you're not holding the back thigh, don't worry about it, it's fine. And then hook your right elbow over the left knee. Twist for a moment. Press the elbow and the knee together. Strong legs. Relax the spine. Good. Step forward, forward, forward. Bend your knees, roll up to standing. Ready for the second side. Lift the left knee. That's the inhale. Exhale, warrior three. Left leg back, chest forward. Bend the standing leg, land softly. Left knee comes down, open the heart. Pull the elbows back, shoulder blades squeeze together and down the back. Nice, half splits. Chest forward, lift the right toes, right hip back. And then rebend the front knee, come into high lunge. If it's too much, stay with the low lunge, the knee down. You can still do the next little sequence. From here, left hand goes forward, the right arm goes back. Open the shoulders, but keep the hips steady. Maybe that right hand can find the outside of the left thigh, lift the left arm. Lean back a little bit. And from here, straight into the twist. Hook the left elbow. I like to make a fist with the bottom hand and then push the top hand onto that fist. Couple of breaths here, pull that right hip back. Keep the breath steady, enjoy these little moments of pause, because the next time we are not going to be stopping here. Good, lower the hands down, step forward. Uttanasana, top of the mat. We have to keep it moving, as I promised in the title of this class, rolling up, roll the shoulders. Inhale, lift the arms. Right hand hold left wrist, side bend. Inhale to center, exhale to the left. Inhale, lift up. Lift the heels, hands to heart, or wherever you like them. Start to bend your knees. Slowly lowering down. I'm lowering straight down to the heels this time. Lower the knees softly and lift the whole front body up for camel variation. Back to neutral, open the feet a little bit and come into your squat. Push the feet down to roll up, mountain pose. Here we go, ready for the next one. Let's add some poses at the end. Right knee up, exhale, warrior three. Bend the standing leg, really softly land. Open the heart, slide the hips forward and down. From here, no hands. Half Hanuman, chest goes forward. Place the left foot down again, lift into high lunge. Shoot the right arm forward and the left arm back. Open the shoulders, but don't turn the hips. Left hand finds the back thigh. If you can, lean the right arm back. And then straight into the twist, elbow over your knee. From here, release the right hand inside the left foot. Turn onto the outside edge of your back foot. Wiggle the left foot a little bit closer. This is option 1. Or option 2, side plank. The full side plank, they're both side plank variations. Lift the hips, maybe lift the top arm. And then from here, I'm slowly lowering that right hip down, bringing the left foot inside the right thigh. I'm off the mat, it doesn't really matter. I'm lengthening the chest and walking a little bit forward. Janu Sirsasana, the one-legged seated forward fold. Nice little resting pose, a little bit less strenuous than some of the other ones we've done. And then just place your hands at the front of the mat, down dog for a moment. Walk forward to the front and roll up. Ready for the next round, left knee lifts, inhale. Left leg extended back, warrior three. How softly can you land with your full focus and control? Left knee down, inhale, your back bend. Pull the elbows back. The exhale is to pull right hip back, one leg forward, one leg back. It's a preparation for the splits pose. The right foot, place it back down. Lift the back knee. Left arm shoots forward, right arm shoots back. Right hand, try to find the back leg if you can. Lift the left arm up. And then let's hook the elbow for a brief twisted lunge. Left hand, lower it inside the right foot. Two options for side plank. Both are coming into the outside edge of the back foot. The one keeps the right foot in front of that hip somewhere for extra support. Or if you don't need extra support, be my guest and stack your feet on top of each other. So you're pushing the ground away with your bottom hand, reaching up to the top hand. And I like to step the right foot behind me just to lower that left hip. And then the right knee opens to the side for our Janu Sirsasana. So I'm lifting the chest, I'm walking the hands a bit forward. Of course, if you want to hold this front foot and you are able to, then that's fine. But don't yank on the foot and put a whole lot of pressure with the arms. That would be counterproductive. Treat this as a little resting pose, a gentle stretch in between all the harder poses that are also part of this sequence. So we stay a little bit balanced, even though we keep moving. We're going to go back to down dog, find a relatively elegant way to do that. Here we are. Walk your feet forward. Put a bend in the knees and then roll up to standing. Ready for round, I lost count. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale up. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, lift to center. Lift the heels. Keep the chest lifted or lean the shoulders back as the knees go forwards. That's the sissy squat option. I'll leave it up to you, but try to slow down your descent, which is a really great way to work and lengthen the muscles. Camel pose, open the heart. Back to neutral. I like to open the feet a little bit wider to have the correct distance for my squat. You'll figure this out for your own body, what works best. And then rolling up, back to start. Lift the right knee. This one you already know really well by now. Just by repeating it over a short period of time. Exhale, it's warrior 3. Bend the standing knee. Place the right foot down, right knee down. Inhale, open and stretch. Now hamstring stretch, pull the hips back. Heart forward, reach back through the hands. Place that left foot back down. Can you lift the right knee up? Right hand, reach forward, left arm, reach back. With the left hand, maybe find that back leg if it's available. Lift the heart up, lean back. Right arm over left knee, brief twist. From here, right hand down, straight into our side plank. Or you can modify it with the foot halfway. And then try this. Can you bring your top leg into tree pose in your side plank? And lower the whole thing down so you go straight into that Janu Sirsasana, the seated forward fold. Nice. From here, let's play right hand behind that right hip. Left toes push it down and then lift everything up into our wild thing. Lift the heart, reach up to the top arm. Whatever touches the mat, press down through it. All the rest lifted up. Left hand comes down, lift the left leg high into down dog split. And then 3 times left knee to right elbow. 1, lift back up. 2, lift back up. 3, lift back up. And then the last one, extend the left leg forward and to the side, off to the right side. Before we open into fallen triangle, turn the chest down and pull that left hip to the left and to the back. It's a really nice outer hip and stretch for the IT band area, I find. And then turn that back heel down, lift the right arm up. Expand here for a moment, lifting and opening. And then downward facing dog, well done. Slowly walk your feet forward to the front. Bend your knees, roll up to standing. Get ready for the second side, left knee up. Heart stays lifted, hands to heart. Warrior 3, if you like other variations, hands back, hands forward. Please feel free. From here, bend the right knee. Tap the left foot down, left knee down. Cactus arms, bend and open. No hands if you can. Right hip back for half Hanuman. Right foot down, left knee starts to lift. Left arm forward, right arm back. Right hand down, the left arm lifts up. Hook the left elbow and twist for a moment. How's your breath? Stay with it. Left hand down, side plank, your variation. Maybe tree pose in side plank. You can use your right hand to make that happen. And then if you can, keeping that tree pose, lower the left hip down. Oops. If you fall out, keep going as if nothing happened. Janu Shirshasana. Take a little moment, but not too long because we have to keep it moving. Left hand quite far behind. Right toes, push them down. And I'm using this to lift up, 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 up. Open the heart, lift the hips, lift everything up. Nice. Down dog with the right leg lifted. Adjust your length if you need to. 3 times right knee to left elbow. 1, lift back up. Exhale, 2, lift back up. Exhale, 3, extend the leg this time before we turn open. Turn down with the chest. Pull back with that right hip away from your hands and just feel a really nice stretch on the outside of that right thigh. And if you like, the back heel can come down. Fallen triangle. Push everything down that's touching down, lift the wrist up. And then left hand down, downward facing dog. Walk the feet forward and roll up to standing. What do you think? Should we add another pose or 2? Yes, I think I heard a yes. Let's do it. I'm adding 2 more poses and then that's it. I promise. Here we go. Inhale, little vinyasa. Exhale, side bend. Don't think, just do. Inhale, up. Exhale, other side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, squat. Inhale, roll up to standing. Exhale here. Inhale, right knee, lift it up. Exhale, warrior 3. Focus on the flow, not so much the alignment and the movements. Lower the right knee down. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, hamstring stretch. How graceful can you make your movements? It's going to be better every time you run through this. Inhale, high lunge with the twist, right arm forward, left arm back. Left hand down, lift the right arm up. And exhale, hook the elbow and twist a little bit more. Inhale, side plank. Maybe with tree pose. Exhale, lower down. Janu Shirshasana. Inhale, wild thing. Lift everything up. Left hand down, down dog split with the left leg high. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Extend the leg off to the side. Inhale, fallen triangle. Lower the right hand. Just slide the left knee behind your left wrist and lower the hips down. Now adjust the legs a little bit so we get 90 degrees in the knees and 90 degrees in the hips. So we want the front shin parallel to the front edge of the mat. Try and set it up right there. Now walk the hands a little bit forward, pull the left hip back. And then arch your back a little bit so you're lifting the tailbone slightly. A little moment in this, it's a version of pigeon pose if you like, except that back leg is in a bit of a more accessible position than we normally used to. And then lift back up. Nice. Now you're going to have to lean a little bit to your left hip, bring your left heel a little bit closer to your hips. See if you can lift that back leg, straighten it out, and then swing it around, 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 and place your foot over your knee. Of course, if you need to help with your hands, so be it, but give it a try without. And then here we'll come into our seated twist. Wrap the left elbow around the top right knee. Right hand behind you, lift the chest up. And then, if you like, you can look back. Keep that right hip a little bit heavy. So it's wanting to ground down to the mat. And then you can always do a second version of the pose, hooking the elbow over the knee. Same pose, a little bit of a different angle. Nice. Release, if you like to play a little bit, there's a fun arm balance we can get into here, just in case you want to add a little bit, otherwise just do down dog and then we'll meet at the front of the mat. If you're doing the arm balance, I'm hooking the arms over that left knee, I'm leaning in forward over my fingertips and then lifting the legs. You can also open the legs here. Good. Walk to the front, ready for the next challenge. Here we go. We've got the second side, roll up. With the breath, with your full focus. Inhale, left knee high. Exhale, reach back. Warrior 3. Bend and land softly. Lower the knee. Inhale, cactus, back bend. Exhale, hamstring stretch. Pull the right hip back. Inhale, high lunge with the twist, left arm forward, right arm back. Right hand finds the back thigh, left arm leans back. Exhale, twist, elbow over knee. Inhale, side plank, maybe with the tree leg. Exhale, Janu Sirsasana, reach forward. Inhale, wild thing, lift everything up. Exhale, right hand down, the right leg up, down dog split. Knee to your opposite elbow, extend the leg, inhale to fallen triangle. And then here, left hand down, right knee behind your right wrist. Lower the hips down, set up the legs, 90, 90. So wherever you look, you should see 90-degree angles. Not such an easy pose to set up, actually. We'll take some practice. Lean the chest forward, pull your right hip back, arch your lower back, take a moment, well-deserved, longer outer hip stretch. Feel your breath, feel your energy levels. It feels amazing to move in this way, and then it feels amazing afterwards as well when you take a break. Nice. Pull that right heel a little bit in. I'm transferring more weight into the right hip so I can lift the left leg, and then keep the left leg straight-ish as you swing it around, around, around. Bend your knee, Place your foot over the right knee and then lengthen up. Wrap the right elbow around the left knee. Left hand goes behind the spine and twist back. Second option, hook the elbow over the knee. It's a deeper twist, but a little bit less outer hip stretch. So you can try both, see what you like. So if you're not doing the arm balance, just step back to down dog and then walk forward. If you are, then hope for the best. I'm lifting my hips. I'm keeping this twist here with the left knee pushing on the right elbow. I'm placing the hands down. I'm going to lengthen the chest forward, forward, forward over my fingertips until maybe the feet lift. Maybe the legs straighten out. And maybe you're skipping all of this, which is also perfect. Hang down. Roll up to standing. Guess what? We'll flow through all of this one last time, just to cement it into our system. This last time especially, I want you to focus on the flow, on the ease, on the grace of the movements, not so much on the alignments or where you feel a bit of restrictions in your body. Here we go. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale. Exhale, left. Inhale. See it as a moving meditation. Exhale, sissy squat, or lowering the hips to your heels. Inhale, cactus, hips forward, chest up. Exhale, squat. Inhale, roll up to standing. Exhale, prepare. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, the warrior three, chest forward. Inhale, land softly. Bend your elbows, lift the chest. Exhale, half Hanuman. Inhale, high lunge, right arm forward, left arm back. Hook the back hand and lean back. Exhale, elbow over knee, twist. Inhale, side plank, find a way, maybe tree pose. Exhale, lower slowly into the Janu Sirsha. Right hand back, press the feet down, wild thing. Left hand down, left leg up, down dog split. Exhale, left knee, right elbow into the fallen triangle. Inhale, open up. It should feel amazing. Exhale, 90-90. Set it up as best as you can. Lean hands forward, pull the left hand hip back. And then no hands if you can. Slide the left heel in. Lean to the left so you can lift that right leg, swing it around. Place it over the knee and twist. Maybe the elbow over the knee. You can stay here a little bit longer, or you can explore the arm balance. Just for a moment. Just for fun. Back to the front of the mat. Keep it moving. The last little bit, we'll take it easy after this, I promise. Roll up into standing. Take a slow breath in, slow breath out. We're ready. Ready as you'll ever be. Left knee up. Inhale. Exhale, left leg back. Warrior three. Your body knows these movements. Step back. Lower the knee. Inhale. Lunge with the back bend. Exhale, pull the right hip back. Now it's really all about breath. Of course your body is tired, but that is not going to stop us. Lift up, high lunge with the left arm forward, right arm back. Maybe grabbing the back thigh. Exhale into the twist. Inhale into the side plank. Keep the breath steady even though these are really demanding movements. Exhale into the forward fold. Inhale into the wild thing, that would be you. Down dog split, lift that right leg high. Exhale, right knee, left elbow into the fallen triangle. Big breath in. Exhale, 90-90. Lengthen the chest forward, pull the right hip back. We're not here for long. No hands, try it out one more time. Pull that right heel in. Stretch the left leg long, swing it around, around, around. Place and twist to the left. Maybe hook the elbow. And maybe some last little playtime. Why not? Into the arm balance. Slowly release. No need to stand up. Let's lie down on our back. Lie straight down. Rest your hands on your belly or in your chest and feel. Can you feel your heartbeat? Can you feel the pace of the breath slowing down? Can you feel your temperature under the hands? Can you feel how relaxed the mind is when the body is active? This is not a thinking and analyzing practice. This is learning a new way of being. This is tuning in to the aliveness inside you and enhancing it as best as we can. Did you notice when we were flowing through this sequence that the furthest thing on your mind was your work or your to-do lists or your email inbox or the money in the bank account or the likes on Facebook? This is what really matters, and the more we come back to this, the more we'll feel amazing benefits. Then grab a block, or you can also stack a couple of pillows or anything else that just lifts the hips up a little bit. And I'm going to go for just the mild, the medium height of the block, because we have pushed ourselves quite enough in this sequence without having to do the deepest back bend now. So we're just here for, as a restorative pose, a little counter pose to the hard work that we've been doing. Take a few moments here to really rest the full weight of your pelvis onto that block or support. If you don't have a block, you can also do a very mild bridge pose, but don't go far at all. Feel the gentle openness in the front body, the chest, thighs, front of the hips. And from here, start to lift the right foot off the mat and hold your right knee with your hands. Just pull in a little bit. If this feels like a good place to stay, you can stay here. Or if you want a little bit more of a stretch in the front of the left hip, lengthen the left foot away from you and rest that left heel down. So I'm slightly active in the left leg just to increase the stretch in the front of the left hip. And I'm also slightly active pulling the right knee towards me. But on the whole, it's a very mild activation. So try not to push or pull too hard at this moment. Let this be, instead of a intense stretch, let it be more an invitation to open, to be present, to soften. And then release your right foot down. Bring the left knee up and squeeze it in with both hands. And then for a deeper stretch, front of the right hip, lengthen the right leg until it's more or less straight. Press that heel down ever so slightly. And then the hands gently pulling the left knee towards the left shoulder. And can you do the minimum amount of effort just to stay in the pose, but not to push really hard? Just the bare minimum to stay here. And then release that left knee and just for a moment walk both legs out. So it's a long bridge pose, if you like. Fully supported, the head and the shoulders are down on the mat as well as the heels. And the block is supporting your center. So you could fully surrender here onto these points of support. And rebend your knees. Place the feet back down. Just check that the block is stable under the sacrum, so the flat part in the lower back, just above the buttock muscles. And then, if you like, you can extend one leg up at a time, or if it feels safe enough, then both legs can go straight up to the ceiling. So you could say it's an extremely mild shoulder stand, supported with the block. So let the full weight of the legs and the hips rest on the block. The upper body rest on the mat. And just feel any sensations in the legs and the feet. You probably feel slight tingling as the blood flow is a little bit reduced around the feet and the toes. And at the same time we get higher blood circulation in the upper body and towards the brain because we're in a very mild inversion. You can also do this one with the legs at the wall, even if there's no block under the sacrum. Still very beneficial pose, especially if you have a little bit longer time to hold it. Maybe a couple of minutes would work wonders. And then start to bend the knees again, lower the feet. You can slide the block out from under the hips and lower the hips back down. Let's do a simple spinal twist to end. Lower both knees to the right side and open the arms, or with the right hand you can hold the top knee down. Let it be restful and soothing. And then knees to center. Take the twist over to the left. Both knees together, the arms can open, or the left hand can hold the right knee down. Try to relax completely. Wherever your shoulders and knees end up, it's fine. And then back to center. Well-deserved final relaxation. Don't skip this. This is the most important pose of all. So extend your arms and legs and really give yourself this time to restore, re-energize, recharge at the end of your practice. This is where you receive all the benefits of the efforts you have put in. Maybe take a few deeper breaths. You can sigh the breath out. That feels good. With every sigh, release more and more tension from your muscles, bones, skin, connective tissue, so that your whole system can take a well-deserved rest. And let the breath go as well. It will continue all by itself without your intervention. Start to take a few deeper breaths. Take all the time that you like. Become aware of your body resting here and the sounds of your surroundings. Feel the restful state of your mind connected to the body and the breath. This is why we practice yoga, and we come back to remember this union, this absence of separation. Start to move your hands and move your feet. And then roll over onto your side. Use your hands to push yourself up to sitting. And bring your hands together in front of the chest. Give thanks, touch your hands to your forehead. to your heart and bow to yourself on the mat. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing. You have been really amazing. Well done for learning this quite long and demanding sequence all the way from scratch. And I hope you had lots of fun while moving in this way. I definitely did. See you again soon.